Random Andy's channel. Random Andy himself, Andy Denison. Hey brother, it's good to talk to you, man. This video's been a long time coming. Just want to say thank you. Thank you, Andy. I don't know what all I've shared and not shared in Discord, but long story short, man, I never participated in social media. Twitter, tweet faces, Facebooks, all that stuff. I just didn't. I think my only foray ever into YouTube was if I had to YouTube how to fix a car or figure out how to fix something I hadn't fixed on a car before. That was about it. I didn't follow what they call the YouTube clickbait, rabbit trails, whatever they call it. I'm still not down with all the terminology. I felt that social media was very toxic, very superficial. Didn't like it, didn't want any part of it. To this day, I've never Facebooked or tweeted. I don't feel lesser for it. I don't feel less connected to the world. I feel like the relationships I have are meaningful with people. Well, before all the COVID stuff started, I want to say November of 2019, I remember Rise of Skywalker was ramping up and Christmas season was coming up, and I happened to be seeing YouTube because my wife had this cool stuff she does called Ambient Worlds, where she looks up and she plays like just background of Hobbits in the Shire, like it just plays the Shire with some ambient music for some background, white noise while she's working in the house. And I saw this little thumbnail up because you know me, I love Star Wars, and I'd been searching for things on the internet for Star Wars. I saw a little thumbnail pop up that said, my friend watches Star Wars, talking about Hold Hardman talking about Matt Lane never having seen Star Wars a day in his life, and I couldn't believe it that in 2019 somebody could live their life without having seen Star Wars. So it intrigued me. I tuned in, instantly fell in love with the friendship between Holden and Matt, and I fell down that rabbit hole really quick. And that my friend watches. I mean, you remember what happened. Holden overnight instantly became a success, deservedly so. He's a very talented man. I look up to him a lot. Well, that was my first foray into social media. I mean, talk about a blessing. I stumble upon a guy like Holden, upon a guy like Matt. These men are encouragers. They enrich people's lives. I really feel that the blessings that have come their way are blessings that they fully deserve. And that world expanded. Got to know a little bit more about Matt and Jenna. Matt on several occasions reached out. I reached out to him. He contacted me back. I mean, encouraging me, mental fitness, things I was struggling with. And then you got Jeremy. Jeremy, I emailed him out of the blue, just like, hey, I'm a stranger. I'm trying to come up with this idea. I think my friend and I can do this. I think I might be able to talk my friend into watching Star Wars because of y'all. And Jeremy, of all things, emails me back and says, hey, man, try this. And again, my experience into this world of social media kept being positive. So I kept getting more into it. And there's Prime, there's Pastor, and then there's this guy that kept popping up across everybody's channels. I was paying attention, participating in the comments and the community, as they call it. I wanted to be an active participant and try to be as encouraging to others as they had been to me. And I kept seeing your name, Random Andy's channel, just popping up all over the place. And I'm like, man, who is this dude? Who is this dude that's like crossing all these channel paths and mingling with these guys? And I didn't know what a mod was. I had no idea. I just know I saw this little blue wrench next to your name. I was like, man, this guy must be somebody important. So I clicked on your channel, started watching your lives. And I got to tell you, Andy, you've got such a sweet spirit about you. A genuine, just sweet spirit. And love pours out of you, man. And I know where you're at in your faith. I know you're a Christian man. I know we share that faith in Jesus Christ, and spirit speaks to spirit. And I knew, I'm like, hey, Here's a Christian brother. I need to check his channel out. So I started checking your stuff out. And you would do these lives, and sometimes I'd get to tune in if I had a lunch break at work, or I'd tune in if I was at home. And there was quite a few guys that kept popping up in those too. You know, guys like Jay Wolfe, guys like Maleton. I'll never forget, you know, when Matt Lane called him Malatone. And I wasn't looking for help. I wasn't looking for support. You know, at that point, yes, I'd already done my own channel, but I wasn't trying to self-promote anything to do with me. I just wanted to be part of a community that was positive. I felt very blessed and fortunate to, on my first foray into social media, actually running into positive people. And I didn't want to let that go. I wanted to keep growing in that and nurturing those relationships. And I'll never forget, Andy, I'm at work one day. I couldn't stay long. I just wanted to pop in, give you the thumbs up, say hi to everybody, and roll back out. And you're like, Patrick, man, if you're still in the chat, email me. And I'm like, who is this guy, Random Andy, that why would he even recognize my name and ask me to email him? The next thing I know, man, you invite me to Discord. I didn't even know what Discord was. So I log into Discord, Andy, and I mean, the rest is history. You guys know. How can I say thank you to the words don't convey the thanks and the gratitude I really feel, because I found a family, an extension of friends. People have been nothing but supportive. We're not perfect. There's not a single perfect person on this planet. There's only one perfect person. Jesus. None of us are perfect people. Nobody in that Discord's a perfect person. We've all got foibles and faults. But one thing that everybody in that Discord definitely has is, I believe, a genuine love for each other and a genuine spirit of supporting one another and encouraging one another. And Andy, I got to give you credit, brother. You know, you're like big brother. You may be younger than me, but you're like a big brother to me. My big little brother, or little big brother. I look up to you, Andy. And to have you support me as a patron on Patreon. Wow. Mind blown. Mind blown. When I launched that Patreon page, I did it because I was like, if I'm going to take myself seriously, if this is really what I want, then I need to set myself out there as serious. You know, one of the things I promised in this tier that you're in is that you get a personalized video. I knew that I had to put skin in the game. I had to put stakes on it. I was nervous about launching Patreon because, you know, if I do that, then I'm now beholding to people who are supporting me. I don't want to ever lose creative control of what I'm doing, but at the same time, I want to make sure that my viewers, my subscribers, my supporters are getting what they would like to see, what they want to see, what they need to see from me. And I understood it was a partnership. It was very vulnerable for me. And I couldn't be more pleased that you're one of those patrons, because, Andy, I trust you. I trust your wisdom. I trust your judgment. Doesn't mean you're perfect. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. Nobody is. We've already talked about that. But, you know, I can bounce things off you. I can talk to you. And, you know, in the midst of what's been going on lately, this scare about cancer, possible testicular cancer, I mean, thankfully, if that's what it is, it's one of the ones that's most easily beatable. But, you know, I'm dealing with one C word, COVID. I'm on quarantine. My wife's sick. She's got COVID. I've got COVID. The kids are sick. We can't have anyone come over and help us because, heck, they might catch it. So we're all in quarantine together and end up having to go to the emergency room. And I'm moving from one C word, COVID, to another one when they're like, oh, by the way, you might have cancer. you know, it's kind of an embarrassing one to talk about too. You know, when you got problems, you know, down there. And so what did I do? I reached out to my friends, John and Jason. You see them on camera all the time in my videos. I reached out to my Discord community, and I still didn't even know how to talk to all the guys in there. And, you know, Andy, I'll just show you. I mean, right there, bro. Let me zoom in on that thing. That's you. You reached out to me and got my phone number, and throughout all of this, you've texted, you've checked on me, and you blow me away, brother. You're a true brother. You're a true friend. You're a good man, and I want to continue to make this content. I would love to get to where I can do this full time, and know that, you know, everything that y'all have given me through Patreon has gone right back into stuff to do these videos. You know, literally when I started these videos, this is all I used to make every single one of my friend watches videos. That's it. This right here, just a phone, nothing else. Phone and a tripod. All the way up to the point that I made that trivia video, the Trivial Pursuit with John. This is it. This is all I used. Now I've got a little 4K camera. I've got a microphone. I've got some lapel mics. I've got some soft lights. I've got some green screen. I've got a couple different tripods. I mean, I've got some equipment to help me make better content, because I know my content is nowhere near as good as it should be. I don't know what else I need to do next to up the game. I get some better mics. I've now finally got a boom. I don't have the boom mic to put on the boom, but I've got a boom now. I mean, it was $20, but every time y'all support me on Patreon, true to my word, man, I go back and I'm like, what can I get that's going to up this game? So thank you for that, Andy. It means a lot to me. And I've rambled on. I'm probably not going to edit this at all. I'm just going to let it play for what it is, because I want this to be a heartfelt me to you. Just talking to Andy and saying, hey, man, this is just me saying thank you. Saying this is where it's at. No, hey, my name's Patrick. Thanks for tuning into my channel, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's really me in those videos, but, you know, of course there's an audience that's watching, so I'm trying to engage. This right here, this video, this isn't a video. This is a conversation between men, between friends. Andy, I love you, brother. I'm going to cut this short. Go ahead and upload it so I can get it out to you. But thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for being you. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for making me feel like I'm part of something bigger. And I have something to share with people of value. Star Wars. Opinions on Star Wars. But anyway, I love you, brother. And I know how nerdy you are. You're just as nerdy as me, so I know you're staying nerdy with it.